presently being done. I've also indicated that the Ministry of Transport is convening an international inquiry panel that will consist of all the experts around the world. In Parliament recently, we were debating either to have a Royal Commission or a Parliamentary Select Committee to discuss this matter. Now, all these inquiries are already in place, and the truth will prevail and will be out there. So,
okay, next.
So basically, if you're asking for questions which is part and parcel of investigations, talking about transcripts, you must be fair to us, because only those who are doing the investigations can give us the okay. Now, it comes a time when this can be shared with the public, with their consent. By all means, I will declare it. But in any event, at the end of the day, I'm answerable to the Royal Commission or the Parliamentary Select Committee, to the International Inquiry Board. So we are not hiding anything. We're just following the procedure that is being set. Well, like I said, let the inquiries show what it shows.
Okay, we move on. Yes, other factors. The lady has put on the hand, please.
I have two questions. Please. From ABC News in New York. I have two questions. One is a follow-up question that CNN just asked about the route of the airplane. You mentioned that you cannot discuss this now because the investigation is ongoing. But this information has been put out already in public documents, both in the Google Earth map of the way the airplane went, when the tracks were being determined, and in a briefing to the families in Beijing, slide which has been made public on Twitter. So the route of the airplane is not only known, it's already been revealed, but not to the press. My first question is, can you explain why you can tell this to the families and you can put it out in the search, but you will not discuss it with us?
I'm not sure what...
The second question,
yeah.
sorry.
No, go on with the second question.
Oh, I'm not rather going to answer the first.
I'm more interested to hear what your second question is.
Okay. My second question is regarding the release of the interviews with the pilot's wife, Pilot Zakaria's wife and daughter, to the Daily Mail in the UK. Somewhere, apparently, the police have revealed the transcripts of those interviews, including the comportment of both of those women. I'm curious to know if that was sanctioned by the investigation to release those documents, and if not, whether there's an investigation underway as to how the Daily Mail received that investigative information.
One, I can confirm that I don't think it came from the police. And how Daily Mail got that information, you have to ask Daily Mail. As regards to the issue of information that's been revealed outside the press conference and or speculation and diagrams in Google or in anything else in the internet, I cannot confirm or discount. I can only base on what I've informed you in my PCs.
These were released by you?
By me? I don't think... No, I will clarify that. I will not go into a debate about it here. Like I said, we have our PCs every day, and that is something that has been informed by us. I will clarify. It's no big deal.
But the route of the airplane, you have released it in diagrams.
The family briefings were closed off. Next.
Next, please. Okay, the gentleman behind us. Black on the counter. Yes, please.
Good afternoon, James Chapman, CC News. I was wanted to ask you is about the envoy that you spoke to me about an interview, Chime Fan, that you will send her to Beijing, I think, later in the week. You said that you want her to be a liaison for the Chinese families, or the issue around the Chinese families. My question is twofold. The first one being that shouldn't she be here in Kuala Lumpur, given that at least representatives of the families came over yesterday, not just I think it was 29, but representatives of them. But secondly, also surely I think the government's been very aware of the sensitivities around the families. You saw them on Saturday, the pain that they're in very deep pain. Do you think it's going to be enough, though, to have someone who happens to be ethnically Chinese, and will she be really moved on this and to be able to create a game changer where everyone walks away with some resolution inside them?
I asked the Indonesian delegation today about the 7 Indonesian passengers and their families, and whether they faced any problems as regards information that is required. And the answer given to me was no. There are other nationals also on board that plane whose families are also grieving, including Malaysians. And I met up with them, and no, I do not see any major problems. Of course, they wanted me to give an assurance that the SAR continues, and I did. They wanted me to not give up hope, no matter how remote, to look for survivors. I said that's always been in my prayers. And they've indicated to me that no matter what it takes, if we're going on to the next phase, if we do find debris related to the satellite images, we will do whatever it takes to locate the black box and the plane, if need be. Those are rational requests. And I've engaged them, and majority of the families have been very reasonable. As regards to those who may feel otherwise, it's a work in progress. We continue to engage them. And the appointment of Chu Mei Fan earlier, specifically to address the families in China, is really to try and understand with the Chinese authorities how and what needs to be done to assist them in this very difficult time. Nobody is denying that it's difficult. It's difficult for all of us. And it doesn't apply to only Chinese nationals who have lost loved ones. It applies to 13 other countries. But this extra effort that we have put on with regards to the Chinese families is firstly because of the number of passengers involving the Chinese family is bigger than the rest. And secondly, we need to engage and inform a huge population of Chinese that may listen to speculation and make different assumptions about what's been going on. We've been very consistent, and we're moving on to the next phase. You, James, and CCTV is fully aware how committed I am to engaging them.
Yes, please.
Hi.
That's great. Could you confirm what were the last words spoken by the pilot? I mean, there's new revelation, some other words came up, and who spoke that? And my second question is, there are reports that the FBI have cleared pilot of anything based on the findings from the flight simulator. Could you confirm that is clear?
I was told that that statement came out from the FBI themselves. I'm not quite sure about that report, but I can confirm my own personal involvement with the investigations that relate to FBI was from day one. And any indication, yes or no or otherwise, coming from the FBI, you'll have to take it as FBI's face value. On our part, I would like to go through the process of the inquiry. And like I said, we cannot stray from the focus of finding the airplane, because a lot of these answers can be answered if we find the black box. And time is running out as far as signals coming out from the black box, if it is indeed in the Indian Ocean. The first question is indirectly of asking for the transcript. And like I said again, it's part of the investigation. And you smiled, and I've obviously touched the right point. If it's so important, let me talk to the experts and investigators, and if it can be revealed, it will be revealed. I don't think it's going to show anything sinister.
Okay, last question, Pons. Second row. Yes. Hold on, please.
Melissa.
Could you stand up, please, Melissa? Thank you.
Just two questions. The reason why Indonesia is salties as at 94? Was it because the search areas moved up again? As a search
No, no. It's just that to get through to where the search areas are, they have to go through Indonesian airspace. The point that I mentioned about the number of sorties is the cooperation and the coordination that is required is unprecedented. So,
Australia still leading the search, right?
yes, as you know, we have divided the areas of search into quadrants. And so happened that the lead that we have right now is in the quadrant in which Australia is responsible to. And they've been very cooperative, very committed, and I really would like to take this opportunity to not only thank them, but to request that they continue against a lot of challenges, weather, distance. But I see that every day they have not let any of us down, especially the families.
So last week, will there be no PC while you're away? Because you're leaving tomorrow, right?
I can have a PC when I'm away.
Okay.
Yeah, the world is so borderless right now. Hi. No, I cannot leave.
Thank you.
We got
That's it. That was the last question. Thank you very much. The next PC will please look at the notice board that we have in the media center, and it will be stated there when and where.
Thank you.
Any press release will be noted there also. Thank you very much. That concludes this.